My 20s were filled with visa problems and relationship problems. Now I'm 34, I have wrinkles on my forehead. And when I wake up in the morning, the pillow marks on my face take forever to disappear. Maybe it's time for Botox. Oh, and I've hit rock bottom financially too. Turns out it's not that easy to support yourself. If you randomly found my channel, you probably came here expecting content about nursing in Australia or Australian visas. By now, you've probably realized you've been tricked by my inconsistent uploads and completely random content. I can't help it. I think I might have a DHD. Thank you for sticking around and not unfollowing me. But I genuinely enjoy filming and editing videos. So I'd like to start sharing more of my everyday life. So, why did I come to Australia? I spent my teenage years in China and attended a local Chinese school. I was always jealous of friends who went to international schools. Back then, I dreamed of studying and building a career in an English-speaking country. I earned my nursing degree in the Philippines. Since I was already studying in English, I thought I might as well work in a developed English-speaking country. Australia felt close enough compared to the United States. And getting a working holiday visa seemed pretty straightforward. Australia is a country built by immigrants. There are people from all over the world here, Chinese, Filipinos, Koreans, and you can find Korean restaurants and grocery stores almost everywhere. When I was looking at flights from Korea, the cheapest direct ticket was to the Gold Coast, so I booked it. Looking back, I'm pretty sure I'm still just as impulsive as I was 10 years ago. I arrived in Queensland on a 1-year working holiday visa in 2016 when I was 24 years old. I fell in love with the warm weather and the laid-back lifestyle. And that's when I decided I wanted to immigrate to Australia. Later, I enrolled in an Australian university and obtained my Australian nursing qualification. I finished my studies in December 2019. And waiting for this brand new graduate nurse was a little thing called COVID-19, job uncertainty, financial stress, and unstable visa status. And then a global pandemic. That was my rock bottom. I remember thinking, if I fail to get permanent residency and have to go back to Korea, does that mean my Australian study journey was a failure? I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid that all the support my parents had given me would amount to nothing. I was approaching 30 and felt like I had achieved nothing. I wondered why I didn't have someone who truly loved and cared for me. I felt lonely. I felt lost. I felt anxious about the future. My self-esteem was at an all-time low. Looking back now, I think I was incredibly fortunate to experience those hardships before turning 30. For years, I lived with a constant sense of urgency and anxiety. That fear influenced so many of my decisions, including some of the wrong choices I made in relationships. In many ways, my financial and emotional struggles became the fuel for my growth. I definitely don't want to go through them again, but I'm grateful for what they taught me. Fast forward to 2026. My family has visited me here in Australia, the place I've built my life. I've traveled around Spain with my dad. I have a stable career. I've challenged myself with things that give me a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And I live with someone I love. Now I'm entering my mid-30s. I want to document these ordinary days of my life. When I looked at friends who came to Australia on working holiday visas around the same time I did, it always felt like everyone else was enjoying life, working, traveling, falling in love while I was constantly chasing something. I'm an ambitious person. Even now, I sometimes create unnecessary anxiety by comparing who I am today with the person I think I should be. Sometimes it steals my happiness. Sometimes it makes me cry and frustrated. But one thing I've learned with age is how to recognize those feelings for what they are and manage them better. Maybe that's one of the few perks of getting older. As I've worked through the challenges life has thrown at me, I've learned more about who I am, what my strengths are, and what truly matters to me. I've learned to take responsibility for the choices I make, and I think that's what becoming an adult really means. I hope that by the time I'm in my 40s, I'll be an even wiser, kinder, and more grounded version of myself. For now, I'm just grateful to be here, living this ordinary life that I once dreamed of. And if you're watching this in your 20s or 30s, feeling lost behind, or worried that life isn't going according to plan, you're not alone. I know how easy it is to compare yourself to other people, to feel like everyone else is moving faster, achieving more, finding love sooner, making more money, or figuring life out before you. But the truth is, most people are just trying their best with the information, resources, and emotional capacity they have at the time. Life is not a race, even though it often feels like one. Some seasons of life are for building, some are for healing, some are for surviving, and sometimes simply getting through the day is enough. The things you're worried about right now may not disappear overnight, but you will become stronger, wiser, and more capable of handling them than you can imagine. One day, you'll look back and realize that the version of you who felt scared, uncertain, and overwhelmed was actually much braver than you gave yourself credit for. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find yourself living a life that once felt impossible. I know I did.